All right, good morning, folks. Welcome in. It is House Edge Live with John from Pro Craps here on Casino Gaming TV. Yeah, Ron, it's opening day NFL. I forgot. I actually, truth be told, I woke up like 6 minutes ago. I overslept a little bit, so I got this shirt on, which is a good one, instead of my Eagles shirt. I forgot to wear the Eagles shirt. Anyway, I should probably show you guys the newest release of the felt. The felt is coming through. Speaking of the Eagles, I had my new Pro Craps felt is being done in Eagles green, actually in Kelly green. So maybe if we get done the show on time today, I'll break out a picture of it and show it to you before we leave here. All right, let's jump in and get to our things here. So a couple things. Obviously, we talk about the bridge every day, and I think it's important that we don't forget the obvious things, right? Like your bankroll, how you view risk, right? Do you have the ability to identify when it's time to leave or when it's time to hit the gas pedal? Both are important, right? Both those things are important. Leaving with money is more important than leaving with a lot of money. I'm telling you right now, the small wins add up. Sometimes you just got to get the hell out of there, right? But there are times where you're in a good spot and it's going well. You can lean in and make sure you can see that and feel that and go for it, right? Keeping your discipline muscle exercised at all times, knowing your goals, having good emotional control, all these things add up to the perfect pie chart. Now, not that pie chart's perfect. That's my pie chart. But yours might be a little bit differently configured depending on how you view your risk and your bankroll. But ideally, you're a complete player, right? And if you're a complete player, you don't get your ass kicked too often, right? You're going to lose, right? We all know that gambling is a upside down endeavor. We're all going to face that at some point, right? But if you're following those core principles, when you lose, you won't get destroyed, and hopefully you won't lose as often, and you have a better time playing. That's the whole idea. Is like keep yourself in this sort of controlled phase, and your time at the casino won't suck. That's the idea. All right, Crash for the Cure is coming up. Boy, it's next week, man. I can't wait. It's next Friday. Next Friday is my birthday. Obviously, next Saturday and Sunday is the dates of the event. So get to the website crapsforthecure.com. We had a nice couple donations yesterday come in. You'll notice that our did I not update it? The dog training thing here should be 1809. So we're actually at 29.59. We're at 8%. I don't know why that graphic is incorrect. It should be anyway. The total on the right is right. It's 29.59. We're up a little bit now, so we're getting closer to 8% funded. We're close to that $5,000 mark. Before we get there, it's going to be pretty awesome. So, all right, that's I think odds working. A name that haven't once discussed. Sure, I do. You know what? Actually, I should do that again. You're actually kind of right about that. We talk about it all the time. Low house edge, high house edge. I have not done the calculations in a while. I should do another show where I break down how we calculate it. It's kind of a complex operation to calculate the house edge. But I did a whole show a while back, and I should probably give you a link to it. It's on the Pro Craps channel. I think it's just called House Edge, and it's a whole where I break down all the math, how it all works, and how the casinos figure it out. And what it comes down to is it's how do I say this without being too complicated? It's the commission they take on the bets when you win, right? Effectively, some bets they take more money from. Like you should get paid 2-1, and you get paid like 1.78 to 1 on some bets, right? Some bets they get paid you more like 1.9 to 1. It's that difference. It doesn't have any indication at all of how likely a bet is to win. It's just how little the casino takes from each bet as they come. The closer you get to a true 50-50, the better the house edge tends to be. So these things like the pass line where it's basically a 50-50 bet, the house edge is super low. So they don't take very much off of those bets. The bets like the inside stuff where you're betting, where you're getting paid, God forbid, sometimes you're getting paid 14-1 on the hot bets when you should be getting paid like 18-1. Like that's a huge difference, right? That house edge is like 16 or 18%. That's why we care about those things. Those bets work. They're useful tools, but they are not the way that you play. If you just played a high house edge bet, same bet all the time, you'd lose so much faster, right? I will do a show on this. Maybe I'll do it not next week when I get back from vacation. When I get back from Vegas, I'm out to work and I'll do a show on house edge and we'll really break it down again, how it works and why it does matter, right? Do you remember the show I did? Golly, I did two of them actually. I did one on, this is before you were watching the shows again. It was called The Impact of the House Edge. There was two that I did back to back in the gambling series. One was kind of like, why does it matter? And basically, you're starting a race if you're racing from the bottom to the top, right? You're starting here, right? The casino already has a lead, right? And every bet you win, even if you're winning, they're getting more ahead all the time. Like you can never win enough money to be even with them. That's what the house edge does to you. Like you can never win enough money to be even. And the worse the bets are for you, the faster the casino climbs in front of you, even if you're winning at the right rate. Even if you bet the 5 and you win, 4 out of every 6 bets on clockwork, the casino will still outpace you faster than if you bet the pass line and won exactly the number of times you're supposed to win. They'll still outpace you, but they'll outpace you a little slower. That's what house edge does. And at some point, you get to where you can't overcome it. You get to where you need to win 3 times the normal rate to even catch up. That's the impact of it. So yeah, these low house edge bets matter in terms of how fast the casino takes away from you. Does not mean you're going to win more if you bet a low house edge game. I think people confuse a low house edge game with a higher winning percentage. It doesn't matter, right? You win less more often than it. We'll do a whole show. Trust me. I am not going to be in Vegas through Big AZ. I don't know if I can even get back. I mean, we'll see how we do at Crash for the Cure. I got some work to do with the Casino Quest app, so I may or may not be able to get back. We'll see. I'm hoping. I was going to try and stay there through. We'll see. We'll see what I do. All right, I want to do a quick review yesterday of the Skill and Luck play, and let me actually go to my table view while we do this. So, what is going on here? This is like the wrong screen. All these screens are incorrect for some reason. I don't know what's going on here. I feel like my other computer didn't say, because this should be a different screen. Hold on, let me quit this real quick. Give me a second here. I want to see something. Let's quit that, because I feel like last night I did all this work. Let's see. Keynote. Give me a second here. Did all this work last night getting these screens ready for today, and it says yesterday at 11 p.m. Right, that's when I changed the file. Let me go back up again. There we go. Let's do this. Sorry about this. I know that this presentation should be corrected. All right, let's go back to here. There we go. Okay, I knew I had the screen set up last night. It's the same app. It wasn't working right. All right. As a matter of fact, if I go back to screen now, you'll see that where am I at here? Come on, Johnny. Back of screen. Forward of screen. There we go. Okay, that's right. I knew I had it right. See? Let's go back to me. There we go. 37.59 is the total. 8% funded. 1809 is the training. I knew there was. See, I for some reason this computer didn't pick the file up that I changed. Anyway, whatever. That's the right number. 37.59. 8% funded, and there's that. Okay. Before I do the skill thing, I did want to talk about this. But we keep talking about the show being renamed, or the channels being renamed. I got a lot of feedback when I went to. We're talking about naming the other channel, the Pro Craps channel, renaming it like Casino Gaming Academy, because it is very educational over there. It's all school stuff, right? But people keep saying Academy makes them think of King Dice, so that we can't be associated with that, right? So we have to get rid of the word Academy. And I was going to do like Casino Gaming Institute, Casino Gaming University. Those are way too formal and way too official sounding. So what do you think of these two? Casino Gaming Central. More like a military theme, like Central Command kind of a thing, or Casino Gaming Lab for that channel. So think about that. I'm working through some of those ideas there today. So I'm playing back and forth with the guy that does my logos. So that's that. All right. Now for the skill thing. Yesterday we did the first column with Skill Luck. He was here with us live if you missed it. And again, as I told him was going to happen, there's love-hate with this kind of stuff, right? People love or hate hedging, love or hate the idea of having a bunch of bets out there that all kind of cancel. And what happens is in this strategy, a lot of bets cancel, right? The field, as you'll see here, the $3 field bet and the hop bet cancel each other out, right? If you lose the hop, you probably won in the field, so there's a zero sum there, right? The come bet cancels out the field and the hop if you catch a 7. If you get an 11, everything is like a 0 until the 7 comes. And what you're trying to do is get those come bets to come, maybe replace the 6 or 8, maybe get 4 or 5 bets working up top, and it all works out. If you have 5 bets across at $7 each, you're at $35 across minus the point of course, and then your don't pass bet still wins. All of that to say, you end up winning or losing $5, $6, $7, $8 every time. Once in a while, you catch a good one. So people asked yesterday, how do you scale it up? Well, here's the scary part, Skill, and you can look at my numbers if you want to, but when you scale it up, it gets really scary. Okay, so I based on the field bet, which is $3. The field bet's $3. Okay, so the field bet being $3, that ends up requiring you to go $15. You see here, $15 is the table minimum. To go from 3 to 15 means a 5 times everything. So 5x the come bet, 5x the hop bet, 5x the, that should be 15 by the way, 5x the 6 and 8, 5x the yo, 5x the don't pass, the 225, right? At a $25 table, right, you got to go 10x everything. So it's $7, it's $30, it's $60, right? So if you're going to play this at a $25 table or on a cruise ship at $15, right, your don't pass is 2 1/4, okay, or 450. And again, you're likelier to tie on most these other bets during the process, right? You catch a PSO at 450, you're going to win, I don't know, about 50 or $60, which is, or I guess about $150. It's a tough deal, right? So be careful. I think Skill designed this really to be in bubble land, right? Bubble land's kind of where you want to be, not here and not here, unless you're working a big bankroll or you're really trying to hammer a cruise ship comp type of game. This might be a little better on the cruise ship comp than Light in the Darkness at this level, right? But again, you're going to sit here and have a lot of ties. And this is going to require, we think this needs at least $1,000 to go 45 for the $45 level. So it's going to be 20 times your bet. This is going to need $4,000 to get into. This right here, that's going to need about $10,000 to get into. So these are not cheap plays at the bigger levels. I can get with you at Bubble Crash level. So there's that. I have your old thumbnail. I don't, well, you know what, Skill, email me or text me your new thumbnail so I have it right. I had this saved from a couple of years ago. So yeah, send me your new one if you would. I'll start using that whenever I have you on. All right. Next up, we'll go to the table a little bit. And people had asked me a couple questions. Dan actually asked me about the Horseman yesterday. And I've had a couple of subscribers ask me to talk more about the Horseman. And the Horseman is one of these deals where it's made up of a bunch of low house edge bets, actually. However, it is, there's a lot of bets in opposition for it. And there's a reason for why that strategy exists. And I want to kind of explain to you some of the reasoning behind the bets in this one and how it all kind of works together and some of the options that go along with it. All right, so let's go get some money. I'm going to take, let's do the first one at 4 units. Okay, I'll do a couple of different runs for you and give you kind of the whys and wherefore. So we'll do it at the green chip level where I think it makes good sense. You can do it at red chip level too. It's all the same. It doesn't matter if I do 4 red chips for $40 instead of 4 greens for 100. It's the same play, but greens are easier to work with. So here we go. All right, let's go. We're gonna go don't. Okay, and again, this is a protectionary bet. So he says don't. Odds working. Why would you bet a big DP knowing your intentions to bet the right way? It's the reason for that is the same reason for this one, right? We know the average roll is about 8.5 total rolls, right? The average person up here sees about 2 to 3 box numbers, or 3.5 box numbers or less is about the average number you see in a roll. So we're trying to do a couple things. This is trying to win on all the different ways, right? We're trying to make sure that if the roll goes short, we catch a point of whatever, 5. It doesn't matter what the point is, right? And you get into the come. On those super short rolls, you're going to be in great shape. A lot of rolls are short. If the average is 8.5, the mean is somewhere around 4, right? So these rolls that end on roll 3 or 4, you're going to be fine. Here, you actually, on a 7, would win both bets. You win the come, you win here. It's a nice little 2-unit pickup for you, right? You put your come bets back, you put your don't pass back, and you're kind of set. If you have the don't pass, and you have a come bet that travels to a number, right? And then you have a 7 on the second roll, same type of thing. This bet loses, but this bet wins, and that bet wins, and you put your rack back together, 3 come bets, 1 unit in profit, okay? If it happens to be you get 2 come bets placed, and you're in the come for the third roll of the shooter, and they 7 out here, it's a tie, right? These 2 lose, these two win, and you're back to where you started from. The Horseman is designed to get you past those rolls, right? Let me get past the first 3 rolls. If we die early, we win or tie. That was the original idea of the Horseman. But what happens a lot of times is you'll get 3 come bet set, which is fantastic. Now what happens is you don't care about this bet. Now you're a right side player, right? If this happens, right, the assumption is you're a good right side player. You've given yourself a chance to take advantage of a good roll. You've given yourself some level of opportunity. If the 7 happens to come here, you're going to lose 3 and win 1. You'll lose half of your money if that happens. And it does happen, right? If the point gets hit, you lose your don't. Now you're exposed for the come out 7 and you could lose all 3. That happens sometimes too. But in another world where you're here and a come bet wins, let's say the shooter rolls a 6, the 6 comes down and you get paid and you're back in the rack, right? If another come bet wins, right, the 8, it comes down and gets paid, you have your money back and you have 2 bets going for you. That's a good place to be, right? If at the same time the 7 comes, you lose 2, you win 1, and you're also in a good shape, right? So long as you win 1 come bet, you're typically going to be in okay shape, regardless of what happens. That's kind of the idea behind it. If the shooter knocks all 3 come bets down, fantastic, right? They all win, right? They all win. There's your money back. There's some profit. This is a who cares bet, and you can go back out there and play again. You can take your profit money, do what you want to. Grab the 4 and 10 as a buy bet, keep a quarter in profit, and ride it out. Do what you want to. You have a lot of opportunity here to take advantage of a good roll if you get into roll 3 or past roll 3. If you die early, that's the Horseman, right? It's designed to help you when it dies early. Granted, there are opposing bets here, right? And you're going to a lot of times negate this bet. It happens, but early on, this is the strong piece. Okay, now that's one way of playing it. The other way to play it, which is if you're a little more stroking the dark side, right, is here. You can go a 2-to-1 ratio. So 2 down here and 1 up here. And the difference for this one is this. If the early 7 comes, obviously you're going to win 1, 2, 3. Nice place to be profit-wise, right? If that comeback gets set, though, right, you're still 2-to-1, right? There's your second comeback out there. In this case, if the 7 comes, well, these 2 cancel, right? You lose 1, you win 1. But you're winning 2 down here, right? So you're still put your rack back together and you're still up in that case, right? If you have 2 come bets get set and your third come bet is in play and the 7 comes, you lose 2, you win 3, and guess what? You put your rack back together, there's 2, there's 3 come bets, and there's your unit in profit. So even on the third roll here, you're in profit on the third roll 7, you still make money, okay? Now, if you get all 3 come bets to be set instead, the same opportunity exists as it did on the first guy. The difference is you have a bigger don't, right? So if you catch 1 come bet win for 2 units, right, you're still going to be in a tie on a 7, which is fine. All your money comes back and you're okay. So you're still in the same spot. You're stronger early here. You're stronger early on those quick 7s with a 2-unit bet. I like this version better. Probably my favorite ratio to play is this one here, right? And again, if the 7 comes in here, we're gonna win 2. We'd lose 2, and you end up being 3 units there, 2 units there, and still a unit in profit. Even when all 3 bets are set, as long as 1 come bet wins, you're going to be in great shapes. Then you can start playing it out. That's another way. You can, again, keep extending that. You can go 1, 2, 3 to 1, and you're in great spot. As a matter of fact, in this case here, let's say all 3 come bets get set. The 7 is a tie from this point forward. You're in a total hedge. But as these things start paying, if they do, and they come back, you're back to square. 3 units in the don't, 3 come bets, and you still have a $75 don't sitting there. You still have it sitting there, right? When I play this out, typically, if the come bets come down, they don't go back out. I let them come, and I like to let this thing sit there for the end and let it happen. Let this thing play out at the end. That's a good way to play it and stay dark. Get a couple of easy wins up in here. Let the don't pass ride itself out. You could even do this. Take your 3 come bets. Let's go back to like the my favorite level. We're here, right? Let's say that a come bet wins. Let's say we get the 6 to win, right? Comes out and paid. You can go DC and take 1 back, right? The 8 comes. You can go DC and take your unit back and start working the 7 from this side of it, right? Now you're full 7 with one bet that might cancel itself out. Lots of opportunity in the Horseman to do what you want to do. The thing of it is, never go past what you say. If you're going to go 5 units and it's 2 units here and it's 3 units here, never go past that. The whole thing about Horseman is that it's bankroll budget. It's budgeting this, right? You're going to do this, you're going to do 3 come bets, and then whatever the hell you want to do after that is up to you. If the come bets win, you can make place bets. If the come bets win, you can make don't come bets. If the come bets win, you can just keep them and let it go. If the come bets win, maybe it comes down and gets paid, you might stay in the come and have another come bet go out. And this one comes down and gets paid. And you go back in the come for another number. You might let them keep rolling. Some people might do that. You might even say, you know what, I'll do that and I'll put odds up there. I'm not digging into my other rack. I might take odds using my wins on the next bet. Matter of fact, if I'm here and the 9 wins for some reason, the 9 comes down and wins, I may just go like that and take the win and the bet and go up as odds. I'm still in my rack, not digging in past the first 5 units. I'm still playing with the original money. That's the key. You never go back in for more. Now we catch a win and you're in good shape. Now you're going to get paid 25 and 30 down in here. And guess what? Most of your money, there's all your come bets are back in the rack now, plus half of your don't in that one hit. You want to go back out? Go for it. Go back out. Let it come. Get more odds, and you're still in good shape. You have all the tools available to you as a craps player with these come bets. The trick to this strategy is that it wins quick on those crap ass rolls that we all. It's designed to work the nightmare rolls and give you a chance to keep playing if you want to. That's the point. It's designed to give you a chance to keep playing. Now, the danger zone obviously is here. You're out here on let's get our 5 units again. And again, you can do it 4 to 1. Some people do it 4 to 1, and it's fine. You can go to 25 to me, and $10 come bets is fine too. It's a little better than 2 to 1, right? But what one of the tweaks that Ken made to it was this, where he said, you know what, if you lose the first one, which happens, come out 7, come out 11, you get destroyed here, right? That can totally happen. That goes away. What do you do now? Well, you have a couple of options here. And Ken said, screw it. We're going to do what he calls the FU bet. Put all your next 3 units on the dome. They say, screw it. We got beat. We'll just take a chance and see how this works out. This works out pretty good, actually, a lot of times, right? This 3 units can also be done here, 2 and 1. And that's it. It can be done 1 and then 2 come bets. You can just say, screw it, and go 66 inside. And say, well, that didn't work. I'm just going to play it a regular way for a minute. Maybe we catch a little bit of a run. Otherwise, these 3 units here are kind of cannon fodder at this point. So your lady's choice, how you want to play the 3 units if you get beat on the come out, right? I definitely don't go back out with a new 5 units on that same shooter. It's 5 units or whatever it is per shooter. Leave it there. That's it. Don't ever dig back into the backside of your rack where the rest of your money probably is. Don't ever come back in here. Right? You take your 5 and you play your 5, and that's it. So, or whatever you're playing, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, whatever your ratio is. The idea is you have options, right? And again, one of the best options here is this, right? You catch 3 numbers. 5 comes down and gets paid $50. You put the quarter back. You take this as nickels. You grab the 5 and the 9 and put $5 in your rack, right? The 6 comes down and it gets paid. I'll pay it with nickels, right? Take that back to your rack, put the 6 and the 10 out there. Or maybe take the 4 and the 10, leave the 6 naked, whatever you want to do, right? Take your wins as lesser values and go out there and keep your come bet original back in your rack and play with the difference, right? That's a way to do it too. A lot of options here, right? I wanted the strategy to be a thing where the craps player can decide how they want to be. Remember we talked about in the bridge discussion earlier, how do you view risk? How do you view opportunity? If you're a high risk person, if you're very scared of risk, you're probably going to do this. You're going to get here and it's going to win and you're going to go, oh, thank God. And you're going to put it back in. This is going to win. You're going to go, oh, thank God. And you're going to put it back in. And this wins. You're going to go, oh, thank God. And you're going to put it back in and you're going to go, we survived. Let that thing ride out and see what happens. You're not going to go back out. If you're high risk, you're going to go right back. You're going to rack it all up every single time. If you're Ken played it. Ken was 20-0 playing it that way. Just racking it and not going back out, right? Some people will take the win and go back out. Some people take the win and make odds. Take the win, go don't. How do you view risk? How do you see opportunities coming to yourself? That's the point of this thing, right? You can do what you want to. There is the opposition bets. I know that. When you're here, you dilute the power of this bet. But when you're here, this bet is immaterial. When you're here, you're trying to get these bets to go. You want these bets to work. This one here becomes juice if these bets win. It's an opportunity strategy. It's one that helps you take advantage either way. It does have the one ugly spot, right? You knock the point off, come out 7. That's the bad thing, and it happens, right? But this was designed to be a way to play, to keep you safe early, to give you a chance to win if it goes good, and and exercise your way of playing afterwards. You want to turn those come bets into come bets with max odds, you're all good, man. It's fine. Do that. So, yeah, there it is. There it is. I want to give a little bit of an explain on that. I may do a longer form video at some point on the Horseman. I haven't done one in a long time, but somebody had asked how to play it right, and I think there's no right way to play it. Right? There's no right way. Let me get back to the screen. There's no come on, let's go here. Maybe? Yeah, no, here. There's no right way to play the Horseman. The right way is this. The only rule that it has. Whatever your spread's going to be, 1 unit don't, 3 come bets. 2 unit don't, 3 come bets. Whatever that spread is for you, never dip in past it for a given shooter. One shooter gets 1 pocket of money. That's it. They get 5 units or 4 units or whatever it is. Never dip in. It's a money management system at its core, right? What you want to do when the come bets win is up to you, right? I've seen people play the Horseman where they go 25 or 50 on the don't, right? I mean, actually, let me show you this. This is a good option, actually, a really good option. For the people who prefer the odds play, right? If you're going to go with a 5 unit spread, okay, here's a way to do it. 2 units on the don't, okay? And instead of a quarter coming, right, make that $10 coming. So you have this in your rack. These will be all nickels instead of quarters, like so. Okay, so $10 goes to the 6, let's say, right? You take the other $15 and make it odds. You take your next one as a $10 come bet, it goes to the 9. The 15 becomes your odds. You got to make it 16, obviously, right? But next come bet is $10. So now you're $50 and 10. It goes to the 10, and you take that as odds. You can get the same amount of right side play with smaller size come bets. Come bets are smaller than this, way smaller, right? 50 here, $10, right? But then you can take your come bets and get your come bets up there with odds. If you want the odds to go, put the odds up there. If you want to just do 2 come bets, you can go 2 come bets with more odds. You have the option to do that, right? Again, this gives you the power to do what you want to up here. Play these low house edge bets the way you want to. These are all the lowest house edge bets you can get. You got a DP, you got a couple of come bets. It's all super low house edge, right? That's kind of the idea there, right? Is to keep them all low house edge. And then again, give you the option to play them how you want to, right? If you want to be aggressive on the right side, great. Small comes, big odds. If you want to be Flatty McFlatterson, go for it. All 3 flat bets. Don't care, right? What we care about is winning money on the first 3 rolls. Once the shooter gets past roll 3 in there, after the point is set, see what happens. We see what happens. That's the point of that strategy. So it's not like you're trying to win $1 million with it. You're trying to grind, and it does a really good job of grinding. That's the point of it. It's good on grinding, and then you can do what you want to. So, all right. Let's see. Odds working. So I'm going to go to some questions and answers here. So let's go check Q's. Remember, if you want to get to me, right, put a Q in front of your comments or a PC in front of your comment. And during this part of the show, I'll find them in the chat. I filter them. I can read them to you. All right. So no PSO for naming. How about Casino Gaming Institute? We talked about institute and college. College is way too. I don't even think I can use college or university. Those sound like they're way too formal. Like they're like a accredited kind of thing. I don't want to do that. Institute sounds good. The thing is this, what I want to do with that channel is this. We're going to do, obviously we did the Gambling 101 to 401 series. That's more like school, right? I show all my crap strategies. I showed how House Edge works, like all these like theoretical shows, right? Like how this works, how that works, how the casino makes money, all that stuff. That all feels like institute or school or whatever, right? But then there's going to be the days where I play, and I just turn the camera on and I practice. And I practice roll, or we do like a live session where we play together kind of thing. That's not really a college or institute kind of a thing. That's why I thought Central would be better for that, or even labs, casino gaming labs, where it's like, hey, we're going to get in the lab, we're going to try stuff out, we're going to learn, we're going to kind of what I do. Let's play the Horseman. Let's play it 50 times. Let's see where the hard edges are. That's what a lab does. That's what people in labs do. They have a theory, they test the theory out, they make fact, right? Or they throw it away. That sounds better to me than college or university. That's the reason why I went with lab or Central. Central feels like, again, it's a little military thing to it, which I kind of like. Central also feels like it's our hub, right? It's we're all coming together here, where I'm doing blackjack and baccarat and all the games. We're gonna play them all, not just craps, and show different betting systems and that kind of thing. So it's gonna be more than just craps, and that's why I wanted it to have like the more general feel. So I'm taking whatever other ideas you have. I'm happy for the ideas, right? I'm totally happy for the ideas. I'm just trying to get the thread the needle, as they say, right? I don't want it to be too studious, but I also don't want it to be too non-studious, if that makes sense. All right. Osborne says, not about being happy, but being smarter bets, right? And you must be talking about House Edge here, right? Take your intention to the extreme, and you'll end up being on every number. I gotta be every number strategy is plaguing YouTube. You're right. I'm guilty of the two. I like to bet across, right? I like having the action of betting across. I like to sit in there watching, you know what I mean? Watching the rolls go by. And you can take advantage of a good roll better when you have more numbers covered. It's just fact. You can't deny that fact, right? 3 comebacks does not take advantage of a 55 roller like an across better who's pressing does. It just doesn't happen. But those 55 rollers are few and far between. That's why the Horseman exists, because all the ones that are happening, all the few, we're making money on. Most of the few we're making money on. When it does go here, you got a chance, right? If I'm betting with 2 comebacks and a pass line bet, you just can't take advantage of that shooter. You just can't. I mean, there are times where those comebacks are great. I've done the analysis. You've seen me probably do it twice, where I've broken down 50 plus rollers, and the comebatters actually do pretty good. They finish second or third in total money and also lose the least when the 7 does come. But it's just you got to get the right roll. You got to get a ton of repeats. It's just hard, right? It's just hard. I want people to have fun. I want people to enjoy their time. And if you're saying, I'm going to risk this much money to have some fun, let's find the ways to play that are enjoyable, but also don't get your ass handed to you. We want both. We want to have fun. We don't want to just burn our money up. So we want to find ways to play that are enjoyable, potentially profitable, and not super dangerous. That's the thing, right? And that's where, again, a combination of low house edge plus coverage, I think, gets us there. This is a good strategy to help with some of that. So, let's see. I do agree, Tom. It is a good way to get in before diving in. Dice Data says labs is, of course, Dice Data says labs is cool, right? Because you live in the lab, man. Right? I do like lab. I think labs is good. I think Central is good. They both work for me because I just think we kind of come together, right? So anyway, I was going to show it at the higher level. I didn't want to play it today. I honestly, I overslept and I'm not ready I wasn't ready this morning. So yeah, it's my fault, dude. Sorry about that. All right. I got to roll. It's time for work here. I got to get out of here. So anyway, thanks for hanging in with me, guys. Thanks for the time, space, and whatever to do the strategy like we do it. And I say it every time, right? If there's things you want me to do, let me know. Y'all have my email address. It's john@procraps.net. You can use the chats to kind of ask me to do things. Matter of fact, Odds working this morning says, where's the EV? Where's the house edge calculation? That show now has to come again. I'll do that show again. I'll revisit the concepts and make sure people understand it. We can use our time for those kind of things. If you want stuff shown, ask me and I'll show it to you. This whole show is about us, right? All right, that's it, guys. I'm out of here. Couple of things for tomorrow. Tomorrow I will do a short preview of the Nexus app, actually, which I think you might actually enjoy a little bit. You'll see the status of the app. Okay, over here. The status of the app. It's working pretty well, actually. It's looking pretty stout. I may even show you a preview of my new felt, which looks really, really good. It's nice. It's plain. It's plainer than it was before. I think you guys will dig it. So All right, I'm out of here. Y'all have a great one, and I will see you tomorrow. Remember, life is like a helicopter, and none of us know how to fly one. But enjoy the ride. See you in the morning. God bless y'all. Bye.